That you can have basically in real time or semi-real time information about the weather forecast.
This is the only commercially built weather radar satellite up there right now. We have the one from NASA for the U.S., and there are a couple of other governments that have some globally, but some parts of the world are not covered at all by weather radar. And so this is really kind of putting the private sector up in space in the weather sector, which they haven't been.
A very high fidelity understanding of how water is moving around the planet.
Guess what? SpaceX is taking it to the next level with PlanetIQ, a company that's turning heads in the space and weather communities. But first, let's talk about PlanetIQ, founded in 2012 by the dynamic duo Chris McCormick and Robert Kursinski. This company is on a mission to crack the atmospheric code and revolutionize how we understand and predict Earth's weather. PlanetIQ's grand plan? Launching a commercial constellation, not for stargazing, but to keep an eagle eye on weather, climate, and even space weather. Picture this, 12 microsatellites doing the orbital tango, providing a front-row seat to the atmospheric drama happening above our heads. But why should we care? Well, as extreme weather becomes the new normal and our planet faces the challenges of a growing population, the need for accurate weather data has never been more crucial. Enter PlanetIQ, the unsung heroes of the weather game, offering global atmospheric data that not only powers your weather app, but could save lives and properties from the wrath of Mother Nature. Ever wondered how traditional computer models predicted Hurricane Sandy would take a detour into the ocean, only to have it crash the coastal party? Enter PlanetIQ's mic drop moment. They teamed up with the European Center for Medium-Range Weather Forecasting and showed the world that their polar orbiting satellites weren't just for show. While old-school modeling missed the mark, PlanetIQ's microsatellites nailed it, predicting Sandy's path like a cosmic fortune teller. These satellites aren't just hanging out, they're on a mission to dish out over 400 million observations every single day. That's right, daily doses of atmospheric insights brought to you by GPS signals. But why the buzz around PlanetIQ? Well, here's the scoop. As extreme weather events jack up the costs of natural disasters, and our planet plays host to a growing cast of inhabitants, the demand for accurate and timely weather data is skyrocketing. Traditional government-funded satellite programs not keeping up. We've got aging spacecraft, budget constraints, and schedules that make snails look speedy. And that's where PlanetIQ swoops in like a space superhero. Their constellation of small satellites is the answer to our data-hungry weather and climate models. These satellites are the unsung heroes, filling the gaps left by old-school models, ensuring we get the 411 on day-to-day weather, hurricanes, winter storms, floods, droughts, space weather, and climate change. Imagine a world where weather predictions are as accurate as your grandma's pie recipe. Well, SpaceX is working on making that dream a reality, and they've got a secret weapon, high-definition polar orbiting satellites, courtesy of the weather wizards at PlanetIQ. Now, why are these satellites such a big deal? Picture this, Hurricane Sandy, a force of nature that danced to its rhythm. An experiment by the European Center for Medium-Range Weather Forecasting showed that without data from these high-tech satellites, our trusty computer models would have goofed up. Instead of predicting Sandy's surprise visit to the Northeast U.S., the models would have shrugged it off as just another day at sea. And that's not all, folks. The National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration had its weather showstopper, the legendary Snowmageddon. Imagine trying to predict the snowfall for this colossal storm without the help of our trusty satellites. Spoiler alert, the forecast would have been as accurate as a horoscope from the last century. We're talking about underestimating snowfall by a whopping 10 inches. That's like planning for a light dusting and waking up to a winter wonderland. Why does this matter, you ask? Well, imagine if your weather app couldn't tell you about the surprise party Mother Nature was throwing. No heads up means no time to batten down the hatches, and suddenly you're stuck in a snow globe without a shovel. So why is SpaceX teaming up with PlanetIQ on this celestial mission? The answer lies in the serious data gaps we face. It's like trying to solve a puzzle without all the pieces. You're left with an incomplete picture and a lot of confusion. Without these high-definition satellites, our weather models are playing a risky game of pin the tail on the storm. SpaceX and PlanetIQ are on a mission to change the game. They're launching a fleet of these advanced satellites, like cosmic superheroes keeping an eye on our ever-changing atmosphere. It's not just about predicting the weather, it's about saving us from the unexpected twists and turns that Mother Nature throws our way. Imagine a world where every weather forecast is a trusted ally, guiding us through rain or shine, blizzards or breezes. That's the future SpaceX and PlanetIQ are crafting, a world where we don't just react to the weather, we dance with it. They're shaking up the traditional model of weather data collection, making it smarter, more efficient, and yes, even a bit more stylish. Picture this, a constellation of about 20 small satellites, not just chilling in space, but working overtime to give us 400 million observations per day. What's the secret sauce? It's called GPS Radio Occultation, or GPS-RO for short. Now, don't let the jargon scare you. In simple terms, these satellites are like weather detectives using GPS signals to interact with Earth's atmosphere. They capture and analyze this data with their super-duper proprietary sensors. We're talking high definition, the 4K of weather satellites. The result? A smarter model for a smarter planet. But why is this such a big deal? Well, imagine your regular weather forecast is a puzzle. Traditional models are like missing a few pieces, leaving you with a blurred picture of what's to come. That's where PlanetIQ swoops in, providing not just a few missing pieces, but a whole bunch. Their GPS-RO data is already a rock star in global forecast models, boosting accuracy like never before. And guess what? It's not just accurate, it's cost-effective, a double win. Let's talk numbers. Up until now, the world has been running on a limited supply of GPS-RO data, like surviving on crumbs when you're expecting a feast. PlanetIQ's constellation? It's a feast for forecasters. More than 10 times the data we've been working with, making GPS-RO the MVP of accurate forecasts. But here's the kicker. This isn't a one-time show. Oh no, PlanetIQ is launching a satellite party that's going to keep rocking every few years. New satellites, new sensors, new measurements. It's like a cosmic upgrade for our weather crystal ball. This means more innovation, better insights, and a front row seat to Earth's atmospheric magic. So why the SpaceX connection? Well, they're like the Uber for satellites, providing the cosmic ride for PlanetIQ's weather wizards. Together, they're rewriting the playbook on how we gather essential weather data. It's like a tag team that's not just changing the game, it's creating a whole new league. Now, why does all of this matter? Well, these industry insiders are using the lessons learned from their satellite imagery adventures to bring a similar revolution to weather forecasting. Imagine a world where accurate weather data isn't a luxury but a necessity, available to everyone around the globe. Initially, the rumor mill was buzzing about a whopping $60 million NOAA contract, but it turns out it's an $8 million task order. Still impressive, right? This order is like the VIP ticket to the cosmic concert of weather data. So what's the deal with this task order? Well, PlanetIQ is on a mission to deliver daily weather data to the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, NOAA, over the next 6 months. It's part of a grander plan, a 5-year contract with a jaw-dropping potential value of $60 million. Imagine that, $60 million raining down on the world of weather forecasting. Now, why is this such a big deal? Let's break it down. This $8 million contract marks PlanetIQ's first official sale of operational radio occultation data for numerical weather models. Translation, they're not just playing in the minor leagues, they've scored a home run in the majors. And who's at bat? None other than NOAA, one of the biggest players in the global weather data game. But this is just the tip of the space iceberg. PlanetIQ isn't stopping at an $8 million contract, they're dreaming big. A 20-satellite constellation kind of big. 2 of their satellites are already doing the cosmic cha-cha in orbit, and a third is gearing up for launch later this year. And 2024 is going to be a satellite fiesta, with several more joining the celestial party. Rob Krasinski, the brain behind this cosmic orchestra, explains that these PISX sensors are smaller, lighter, and more power efficient. Yet they pack a punch, collecting nearly 3 times the data of any other system out there. Imagine your smartphone getting an upgrade, but for satellites. PlanetIQ, over the moon about being chosen by NOAA, is gearing up for an expansion. In the next 18 months, they're launching more spacecraft into the cosmic ballet, broadening their global coverage and resolution. So what's the grand vision here? Picture this: waking up, grabbing your morning coffee, and checking your weather app. But it's not just the usual vague forecast, it's a detailed masterpiece. You'll know if it's going to drizzle or pour and when exactly to pack that umbrella. That's the kind of precision PlanetIQ is bringing to the weather game. And that's a wrap. So what do you think about this next step? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more.